right. Okay.
Yay!
Okay, we're recording. Let me make sure it's actually recording.
Hey, chat room.
Yes, it is.
Can everyone hear us?
Okay.
Everyone must be asleep. Oh, hey, Sean's here. Hey, can you hear us? Hang on, I'm going to mute me. You guys talk, and I'll check on my laptop.
Okay.
Let me tweet here. What am I going to tweet? Brains. Okay. No. Chronicle. 26.
I wish I picked a shorter name now. on my channel and my Twitch.
So, was it? Well, we can ask you on the show too.
Yeah.
Is
He can hear
there a
us.
reason
Okay.
why you didn't do that you just didn't make the small name versus the larger one?
I just tried to make it sound snazzy. To be honest, like other people have like preach gaming channel and stuff like that. So I wanted to go with my main character's name, Nixxos, and just put the Chronicles on the end. Just give me like a trademark sort of thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Can you tell me if that tweet went out? Because I closed TweetDeck.
Sure, hang on.
This TweetDeck takes a lot.
Okay,
of resources from me.
Sean's in Storm Peak still. Good luck, Sean. He's tracing Timeless Proto Drake.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, still,
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah, it's there. I'm retweeting.
Tweets out there.
Good luck. Right. Okay, that's up. All right, we got everything.
8 pages.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot.
That's all right. Do you want me to take some of the site news?
No, I got.
I have no idea. I'll just
Yeah.
read what you've got because I don't. But if you want me to take some, just tell me.
Well, if you want to take this one, it's smaller. I don't have to talk about this. I don't have any input on it. I'll take the treasure XP one. But the scenario skipping and artifact weapon site maintenance, like I own those. So I should be the one to talk about. Garrison Rules, I should talk about that. The level 100 passives, I should talk about that.
Yeah, I'm interested in the artifact one. I've listened to episode 24 in the car tonight on the way home.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Okay, we're at 7 o'clock. Do you want to go? Let's go.
Sure.
All right, let's.
I'll mute.
Okay. Would help. Again, XSplit changed their logo. Okay. All right, and in 3, 2, 1.
Iron Man. Bloodthirsty. Pacifist. You're listening to the WoW Challenges podcast, the home of the Iron Man Challenge. And here are your hosts, Stone and Leeta.
Hello and welcome to the WoW Challenges podcast, episode 26. And today is Saturday, July 9th, 2016. Well, Sunday. I am your host, Leeta, and joining me is, shaking his head at me, is my co-host, Stone. Hey, Stone, how you doing?
Peaches and cream. How are you doing?
Peaches and cream?
Peaches and cream. I
What?
don't know. And sunshine and rainbows. How are you doing?
Oh,
Are you doing great?
nice. I'm doing fantastic. You know why? He's like,
Why, Leeta?
why?
Tell
Why?
me.
Because we have a special guest who's come to join us this week, and we're very excited that we've got Nixxos here with us. So thank you, Nixxos. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. Excited to be here.
I'm glad that we could get you on because I know that we tried to do it before and just timing wasn't right. I was like, oh man. So I'm glad we got you. Like I wanted for sure to get you on before all the changes happened. So because I know you've been doing all this stuff. So I'm glad we could get you on.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
I mean, I've been watching it for a while, and I've been wanting to get on. I can't remember what the reason was now. I think I was working away last time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how about we have a little chat with you and find out a bit about you? So, can you tell us about yourself, the player behind the character?
Yeah. So, my character name is Nixxos. My real name is Ben. I live in the UK near Oxford. I have a beautiful wife and 3 beautiful kids that keep me busy. My job in real life, I'm in the military. Doing a engineering degree along with my YouTube channel, my Twitch channel. So I'm very, very busy
Yes.
with my life.
Yeah. And 3 kids. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, 7, 2, and 1. And tonight
Wow.
I just came from my eldest. She did a singing stage show.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
It was like 3 hours long, and
Yeah.
she did 3 songs or something like that.
Aw.
Wow.
But yeah, it was really
That's
good.
gorgeous.
It was about
Yeah.
a 2-hour drive away, so
Mhm.
I think I got back
Wow.
in at about 10:30.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that you coming
Not a
and have a
problem.
chat with us. So thank you for that. And how long have you been playing World of Warcraft?
So I played vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Went through. I think my first character was a orc shaman. Went through Burning Crusade. And I think I played up to in Wrath, the Nax raid.
Okay.
Certain things happened in my life, so I had to stop playing, and I unsubscribed. I can't remember what year that was now, but I picked it back up at the end of Miss Pandaria.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Moonglade, I joined, and I've been playing since then.
Okay.
Now I have 11 max characters, so I've been playing a lot.
Wow.
In
Nice.
2 and a bit years. So.
Yeah. Oh, cool. All right. So when did you start trying challenge tunes? When did that interest come about?
The interest came probably about a year ago. I heard about the challenge and what it entails, as well as the Bloodthirsty and the Pacifist, and it always piqued my interest. But as you know, with raiding guilds and stuff like that, they want to keep you focused on the task in hand, on the next raid tier and stuff like that. And I had alts and stuff to be dealing with. I never knew any of my guildmates that had tried the challenge, so I was pretty much a lone wolf. And then I was on YouTube and I saw Asmongold channel, and he had a fantastic Iron Man challenge playlist, and I think he did 2. I think his first one died pretty quick, and then I think it's Asmongler 2 and MF Jones. He got all the way up to, I think it was 84, I want to say, or something like that. And
83, 84,
Yeah.
something like that. Yep.
Yeah.
I was really genuinely gutted for him, because I do watch all these videos, and he is quite funny. So, he spurred me on to do my own YouTube channel, and what better to make videos is with the Iron Man challenge.
Yeah.
Now
that's good.
Before my YouTube channel, I actually started the challenge, Human Hunter, like Asmongold, called Oliver Queen, and I got it to level 10. But then I thought I need to record the last 10 levels, so I started a new one.
Yeah.
Orc Hunter.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Orc Hunter. Awesome. Okay, so are you just concentrating on doing iron, or are you going to give Bloodthirsty and Pacifist to go as well?
I'm gonna do one by one. So once I complete the iron, I'll move on to the next one.
Yeah.
I don't want to chop and change, because I'm doing Pacifist and I'm not concentrating. I might accidentally kill something. So I want to conquer Iron Man first, and then I'll move on from there.
Nice. Alrighty.
Yeah.
And so this new iron is orc. So you're going to concentrate on running through horde side with the iron. That's cool.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I don't think I think we've only got 2 horde irons, maybe 1. I think everybody has been alliance.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My one that I killed off at 61, she was orc actually. So but yeah, I think it's good. Orcs are good. Orc hunters awesome because you've got what is it? Blood Fury and
Yes.
the pets are always good. Boar is really good. I called my boar Bacon. So when you get your boar, you need to come up with an appropriate name and
I have
most
got a good
definitely.
name.
Yeah, what have you got?
He's called Frank de Boer.
Nice.
He's named after a football player from Holland.
Nice.
He was
Oh,
called
that's
Frank.
cool.
He was called Frank de Boer.
Yeah, that's good. That's clever. Awesome.
So,
All right, so
Frank's naughty. I keep having to go in.
oh look, all the pets are always naughty. What's been your fondest challenge memory so far?
My fondest memory is getting my mount and not have to walk everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I take it for granted now with all my alts and your heirloom mount and stuff like that. You just never walk anywhere. You just fly or jump on a wolf. But I was getting pretty bored of running everywhere as a low level toon. So that was my happiest memory, getting the mount, definitely.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. All right. So have you formulated yourself a plan with zones and what kind of route you're going to take with leveling?
I have. I'm not that clued up like Asmongold was. He can remember every single quest.
Oh, he's
Every single
amazing,
zone.
isn't he?
When
I know.
we
The
asked
expansion.
him,
I don't know.
he's like-
I don't know how he does
I
it.
know.
He just
He,
started,
blew me
okay, well, we're going to
away.
go into Westfall, and we're going to go do this quest, and we're like, okay, whoa, dude.
I'm gonna kill
I
these
know.
pirates and do this. And like,
Yeah.
blows my mind. But
Yeah.
I sort of wing it or go with my gut instinct. I did. I got some notes here. I did Jurator and the Northern Barons, and saw a couple of other toons get involved with bugs in Azara with the Rykter. When you're putting out the fires, it's like a raptor, and he
Yeah.
fell down.
Yeah,
So I don't want to avoid that completely.
Yeah, definitely avoid that one. I had a very nasty death to that a couple of weeks ago. That was most unpleasant. And you know what? The funny thing is that my gut was going, maybe I shouldn't go this way. And I was like, no, I'm sure it's fine. So, I went against my gut. So it's my own fault.
Yeah, I definitely go with my gut. If I got any reason not to be there, and if I feel like I shouldn't be there, and I just leave.
Yeah, good.
Because I don't like Ashen Vale, so I decided to go across the pond to Eastern Kingdoms, and I went to the Glades, Hillsbrad, and I'm currently in Arathi Islands. But I'll probably make my way back over to Kalimdor, to Desolus, and work my way down to Syphilis. When I reach 60, I've heard about Avoid Hellfire. Everyone seems to be dying there.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard people dying there, but hunters actually have an easier time in there.
Yeah.
On my Death
I'm
Knight,
there.
I was okay as well. I just had to be a little bit more careful because I'm more up into the mobs and stuff versus being able to kind of stand, back and pick and pick things off, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could skip it. I just think it's. I think there's XP that you'll find that is easier and it will help you.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll go with my gut instinct. If there's a quest I don't like,
Yeah. jinx people, so you probably
Oh, dear.
don't want to go in there now.
Let me find something made out of wood.
Yeah, quick. But honestly, I've got my 60 there at the moment, and I was surprised. And the only reason I took her there was because questing in Blasted Lands, when you're killing and you're getting 6 XP per kill, and then handing in a quest, and just it was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna kill me. So I thought, well, I might as well go. I'll give it a go. And it was like, oh, okay, because there are level 58 and 59 mobs as soon as you start that, the starting quest in there. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So so far, touch wood, I've not been back yet. So yeah. So see how that goes. What do you think is the most unfriendly zone? Do you think there is something that you will really stay away from? Is there something that your gut already says to you, no, you're not gonna go here?
Well, yeah, there's a couple, and they're all in Cataclysm, to be honest. The ones I'm going to avoid is Deep Home, because of the bug dropping into it. The water place, I can never pronounce it. Vashir?
Yep.
Vashir, yeah. Because if I'm in trouble, I like to run away, not swim away. So
yeah,
I'm not going to do that. And just purely for the fact that Asmongold died there is Oldham. I'm going to avoid that place. But the worst experience I've had is so far is Hillsbad Foothills and the Four Finger Quest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
So close.
I try very hard to not do that.
I started it, and then 6 dwarves started running after me, so I ran away and left it.
Yeah.
They were asleep, and I was trying to be quiet as well. They chased me. I survived, though. Survived to live another day.
Yes. Oh, well, that's good. So, what's been your worst death so far, do you think?
I haven't died yet.
Okay. All right. So you've still got both your irons are still current. No one's died. That's awesome. And what levels? Your human still at level 10?
It's still at level 10. I've left him there. He's my backup.
Yep.
Tard the Hun is level 26.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Currently doing trying to do 2 levels a week. This week I haven't done one because I didn't want to die and then do the podcast and tell everyone that I ain't got any Toons.
Yeah.
So
that's fair enough.
I'll do a back-to-back episode next week.
We'll just knock on wood that next week it won't happen, because that's what seems to happen to some of the people that come on the very next week. They're done.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
that's what happened to Asmund Gold too. He was on, and the very next week he died.
That is true.
Yeah, it's Stone. Stone's a jinx. That's what it is. Jinxie Stone.
Sure.
Maybe he does it on purpose just to get the list down. Too much to contend with.
That's right. That could be it. Yeah. All about the list. That's exactly right. All right. So what advice would you give to anyone wanting to try a challenge toon? Have you got any helpful tips or tricks as well?
Yes. In my limited experience, don't do an iron drunk. One of my episodes, I was drunk, and I woke up the next day not knowing whether he was alive or not. I logged out right next to a raptor nest in Northern Barrens. Oh, yeah. But I was still alive.
Oh, nice.
Amazingly. Good PC. My biggest battle is my PC. Lagging out for 10 seconds and then it reloading. So that's definitely. But what I do is I just take my time. I give myself a goal of 2 levels a week. I take my time and not rush into it. And every time I do my challenge, I tell myself that I'm not farming for mounts and not spamming buttons and stuff like that, because my main is a troll hunter, and I just click barrage and try and go for mounts. But when I go to my orc, I've got to realise that I'm playing my Iron Man toon.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's a big thing. I think that's a really good point. We've touched on it a couple of times for sure. That mindset is a big thing when you sit down to play a toon. You can't play them like you would normally play any other toon. You've got to have that. Hang on, I'm on a challenge toon. I need to be wary and be extra wary. So that's really good points, really good tips. So thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, what we might do, we've got a bumper. Have we got a bumper?
Maybe.
Okay.
Breaking now, news from the World of Warcraft with Leeta and Stone.
Yeah?
I love that.
Okay.
Rogue Slayer did awesome. Excellent. All right. So, news in the World of Warcraft. So, we've got Warcraft Q&A, artifacts, and order halls.
So this was
what have we got?
Thursday with Craig Amai's first time I've ever heard of this person, but it was good to see a new face. Basically, just answering questions that people have about artifacts in the order halls and stuff. Nothing in here really affects us, although there was a comment about talents that I thought was interesting that I'm going to be checking out in Legion Beta and PTR just to see if it's actually true or not. And next week it's supposed to be Jeremy Fiesel, who's doing Q&A for
the Weasel
and Invasions. Yeah, I've never heard of him other than the Darkmoon Fair thing.
Really?
I assume that's who the character's based off of, is him.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
but again, I don't know anybody, so I'm just here doing a podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Jeremy Fiesel is he does a lot of work with the pets and the collecting and the quests for the tamers and stuff like that. I don't know. Obviously, he does a lot of other things as well. But yes, hence why he is one of the trainers, one of the tamers over in Darkmoon Fair.
Okay.
But yeah. Alrighty. So Pathfinder in Legion.
Yep. So Pathfinder in Legion, basically there's a Blizzard Watch article that was posted. Part 1 that's got everybody all mad is basically when you're done part 1, you get an increased ground speed for your mount. Increased mount speed for your ground mount, right? And everyone's all mad about that because it's like, oh, that's it. You said we'll get flying. It's like, yeah, don't worry, relax. Okay, they're gonna give us flying. Relax. Basically, for irons, the reason why we care about this is because as an iron, when you go into Legion, this is account wide. So you're basically going to have an increased speed on your ground mount. I think to basically say that you're not allowed to use a ground mount would be kind of weird.
Okay.
So we would allow that. However, part 2, yay, I didn't mute my other sounds. My video dropped. Well, I don't know. Okay. So that's a thing. I don't know. I see myself on the stream, so we're okay. It'll pop up eventually, I'm assuming. Actually, yeah, I do see that my other camera died. Stupid. I did buy a cheap camera, and that's, that's I mean, you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
So basically, part 2 is going to be will be flying, and as we did in Warlords, we would not allow it. So you wouldn't be allowed to fly around on your flying mount, and we think that part 3 of the Pathfinder would be a flying speed boost or something. that's just where we are, and I'm going to add those to the rules when we update the website, which we'll talk about after. And there will be a link, and I want to thank Margathon for sending this to me, because I had no idea about it. I generally don't. I generally look at Twitter for my news, and I didn't really see anybody griping about it until I read the news clip, and then I saw all the gripes, but nothing on my Twitter, so that's good.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll be interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think about with the Pathfinder in Legion? I don't care. Honestly, they'll give me whatever and I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. So do you guys have a opinion one way or the other?
Well,
I haven't really got that high yet, so I can't give a true opinion. To be honest, it just means from level 90, there's no point having flying, because as soon as you get to the end of Draenor, you get flying, but now you're in Legion, so there's no point flying around.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing world events or something like that.
World events. Yeah. Which you'll have just normal, obviously.
Yeah.
You'll just have normal world flying, not the specific. Okay. All right. We'll have to see how that goes.
We could not allow the ground mount, but I just feel like it's weird where we allow flying, and then when we're into Warlords, now you're not allowed flying, but you are allowed ground mount, and then if you get into Legion now, you're back on your feet again. It feels weird. I can understand don't allow flying, because flying is a significant change, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't think it'd be a big deal to have the ground mount. I mean, even though you get the speed boost, it's going to be nice, absolutely. But, and actually, you know what? The one thing that we don't know is how big of a buff that's going to be. If we're talking about like twice the speed, then maybe we'll talk about it, because that seems like excessive. But if it's like 20% or something like that, then
Please don't make me run again.
So there it is. So between level 1 to 20, you're not allowed to use any mount. And then in the last 20 levels, again, you can't fly. And then in the last 10 levels, you can't use
like
any
going
mount.
back.
And it's just like, oh, no.
Yeah. Marg makes a good point in the chat room. Pathfinder is a great way to make people explore the whole game. Then flying is given later. It's much better than what they did in Warlords.
And
15 does look a lot different from the sky.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. Well, that's exciting times. Legion is nearly here. Very exciting. Okay, so let's go on to site news. So, level 100 red flagged Pacifist.
Okay, as we talked so as we talked about on the last show, we had a new max level. However, at the same time she hit max, she also got a red flag for a kill. And the question was, when did the kill happen? Because we can't. There's no time. There's no time things that we can check on our side for when the kill happened. All that we know is that it happened in the same session. So, I'm gonna squirrel a little bit. So Leeta, don't get mad. I'm going to say that with all the stuff that happened this week, most of you will know that when we get into rough patches and there's lots of negativity, I go down that way too. And when there's all kinds of good things and everybody's happy, well, I'm happy too. So I've learned that I feed off of people, and that's good and bad, because I feed off of the bad and I feed off of the good as well. So because this week was kind of not so good, I was in a really bad funk, and after some discussions with Zyrel, which were all completely fine, fine, and we'll talk about it after. I was a bit, well, more than a bit. I had responded to a follow-up email that was way after the fact, and it wasn't very nice, and I actually did say sorry to her, but I wanted to bring it out that, you know, over the last week or so, if I've kind of felt off to you, that's probably why. It's not on purpose. Mm-hmm. I don't want to take things out on anybody, but I kind of feel like I vented at her, even though it wasn't really at her. So for that, I'm sorry. Like, I really did feel bad, and when I replied back to her, I'm like, oh God, right? So so there's that. So let's get back onto it. Before I start being a even further doofus. Okay, so we didn't know. So we did know when the level 100 hit. We did not know when our kill hit. So based on that, I was actually willing to change the flag from red to yellow, only because from what we understood, there was no kill granting XP or honor. And so to me, that would show that the kill happened after the fact, because at level 99, you should be getting XP, right? And higher than that, you won't. So I was going to flip it. We asked Blizzard to check out the timestamp. After some wrangling, they did, which is a big deal for us. So, like, we don't usually go to them because they don't have the time to nitpick at the little stuff that we do. It's a very big thank you for them to actually help us with this. They did come back and say that the kill did happen before hitting max level. So what they did say was basically a herb got picked, and there was no damage dealt. However, they were still on the aggro table when somebody else killed the thing, and so it counts as their kill. And the reason why they didn't get XP is because they didn't tap it, right? Which is true, because when you're on a hunter, if you go send your pet in and you do not attack it, if the pet's the only thing that does it, I don't think you get XP. So you've got to hit it at least once. Doesn't matter for how much, and then you can go send in your pet. So it's the same thing here. So basically, we can't flip it. At least I don't feel like I can flip it, because it's a kill that did come pre-max. And the reason why I want to bring this up is that one of the things that we've learned here too is that Vanish will not drop your threat and will not remove you from the aggro table. So she has already lost 2 or 3 others in the 90, 92, 93, 94 range to the to similar things.
That's heartbreaking.
Absolutely. And there's some folks on the forum saying, well, you shouldn't feel bad because as far as they're concerned, you hated it. And, you know, they've made it this far. And for me, if I didn't have the info, then I would have flipped it to yellow, because we don't know. Because the ding and the kill happened at the same time period, as far as I can see. Right? It's only because we got the extra info that we were able to actually find out what happened. I think it's good that we found the extra info so that people know that Vanish doesn't drop threat at all. When you get up into people's faces and stuff, and you think you're going to be able to leave, you better hope that nothing kills that thing that was on your aggro table. So again, I feel bad because this is going to be her 4th one, And
Yeah.
and it happened, from what we can understand, it happened like 20 minutes before her hitting max. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bugger.
It sucks. And I
Yeah.
and I do feel bad. And it's not just
Yeah.
because of my responses to her. I mean, we actually worked well together to try to find out what the heck happened, right? And thankfully Blizzard got back to us, but it's it was a bad deal, I think, for her.
Yeah. It certainly makes it really eye-opening in the fact that, the pacifists that have lost, definitely the ones in, what was it, the 92s, the 93s, that had the kills of someone else. It's really,
And
that's heartbreaking. That is utterly heartbreaking. I feel so much for her.
And one of the other things that we've learned too is that she never got the XP because she never tapped the target, right? And so there's a thought here that maybe we would change the challenge to be killing blows only. Or sorry, not killing blows, to kills granting XP or honor. There's that thought process too. But as far as we're concerned right now, we're at basic kills, because we've seen it's possible. It's going to be very hard, but it's possible. So when we get into cases where it will never happen, then okay, because I was thinking if we never had a pacifist hit max by the time that we got Legion done, then we might rethink how we track it. Right now, Bloodthirsty is almost the same way, where I think it might not be possible to do it with how things are done currently. With Legion, I think the changes that are coming in, that will be different. So I don't think we need to make changes there at all.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Poor thing, because absolutely, that's, shattering. Okay, so next part, Garrison Rules.
All right, so there's a topic about making Garrison Rules formalized. Sure, I agree to a point. I think the timing of it is a little bit poor, seeing as how that we're 2-3 weeks away. But, we don't really have formal rules, and I'm not really opposed to them. It's just I don't necessarily agree with some of the things that have been proposed, and we'll discuss why, I guess. So, basically, the main points that are being discussed about them are lower missions are allowed, which, yes, I agree with, because it's part of your base, man. This is how you get stuff. Follower missions granting XP. They don't want, the topic poster and some other folks have said that they shouldn't be allowed. However, I don't agree with that, because really you only have one a day, and it's not a big deal. I view them in the same light as going to old world dailies, where you still get XP, even though the content is lower. The bigger thing is that, yes, there's no risk, and I agree that there's no risk in getting XP from these missions. However, I kind of equate this to having a world event daily every day, where you can go put out a fire. It's the same thing. You can go to Coldshire and go put out the fire there, or no, not do the fire, but do honor the flame and get your XP. So I kind of view it the same way. So I would allow that. Buildings granting combat bonuses, not allowed. Absolutely. Bodyguards, for sure, are not allowed. I mean, you can't walk around in Warlords with another guy around to help you kill things. It just it doesn't feel like an Iron Man thing. Workshop gadgets not allowed. I agree. The Mage Tower not allowed, and honestly I thought it was only a porting thing, but apparently it does provide you a critical strike buff. So if you have the Mage Tower, basically you'll get the little rune, and if you jump on that, you get a very increased damage buff. So we would say that's not allowed. I've heard that the blacksmith has buffs. I've never seen them, but more or less, if this building is going to give you a buff, if it's going to give you extra things, I would say no. I mean, you're kind of getting help, right? It's from your base, but you're getting help. The mine and the herb garden, basically they would say is that it's not allowed. I disagree with that. I would say it is allowed because it's not a profession where it requires you to learn the profession. Yes, it's called mining. Yes, it's called herbing and blah, 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 but you don't need the profession to actually do it. The amount of XP that it gives you is not a ton, and there is risk. So, every time you mine something, you have a chance to spawn one of the mobs, right? And, at a certain point, it's okay and easier, but there is some risk there, and it's kind of akin to doing daily, so we would allow them. The last one is Garrison Zone abilities. This is the only one I'm on the fence about. Okay, you need to do the quest to unlock them. As far as I know, you can't just go in and get it. Okay, so there are some that are obviously overpowered. For instance, like in Grond, you can get the shredder, right? And that thing can kick the crap out of a whole ton of stuff.
Yeah.
So that feels not like an irony thing. But you have to do something to get them. The only thing I would say absolutely I agree with, never do, would be to go into Spires of Iraq and get the XP buff. Doesn't matter if you have to do all these quests, because we've never allowed those buffs. Ever. And getting a 20% buff, that's nice, right? So I would say for sure that one is no way, but the other ones, I'm on the fence about it. So if you have an opinion about it that you haven't already made, because I want to hear new things, right? If you can, if you've got opinions on the things that we're kind of on the fence about here, you go to the forums and you'll find it. It is up on. It's one of the top ones in there, in general, I believe.
Okay.
But I agree. I think it's something that it should be formalized, but it wasn't worrying me, to be honest. I think the larger issue was flying. I didn't think that this was a big issue.
Yeah.
Is there a risk of staying in your garrison, doing your follower missions, doing your herbalism, doing the pet dailies, and never stepping out until you ding 100?
Well, you can't do pet dailies, but doing the follower XP and doing mining and herbalism, yes, you can sit there and do it the whole time.
It'd be very slow.
It's going to take you a long time.
Yeah,
and
but
I think
it's
we're fine
doable.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine with that, in that there's risk associated with doing mining and herbing. There is no risk at all with doing the XP follower stuff, right? But that's once a day if you're lucky. I think I get it once every 2 or 3 days, but it depends on when I log in. But if you were to sit there the whole time, you would be there for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
But it's definitely, I would say it's definitely doable. Okay. So next one is treasure XP. All right. So Lasan reports that treasures found in Legion now provide XP, same as Draenor. Previously reported that they did not.
Yeah. So we were basically found out that Legion treasures didn't provide XP. And we're like, oh, well, that's different. So now Irons are going to have to go out and quest. And Irons are going to have to go out and kill hill things and not just do treasures, right? Because those are a big boost. You can just go click a thing, you get points, right? And but now and so when we found out that they were not, it was like, ooh, that's interesting. So, but now apparently maybe they fixed it, maybe they just forgot to add it in. But now apparently you get XP. So
okay,
if you've leveled that way in Warlords, you can expect to level that way again in Legion.
Yeah. Alrighty. Scenario skipping.
Alright, so I personally, I bit the bullet and I spoiled some of the stuff for me. I won't talk about it here, but I went through the opening scenario on a Alliance Hunter, so I wanted, I was not equipped with iron gear. I will be in the future, and we'll talk about it after there. I just wanted to go through this scenario to see what it was about, like how it worked. This is most definitely a scenario where we had in Mists, where you go in on your own and blah, 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 except this time it's with anywhere from 10, 20 people or so. And there's apparently a really cool thing that happens, which I won't talk about, that you'll find out. So more or less, this is not a scenario like the Death Knight Starting Zone, where you kind of click on a guy, you have to wait for 5 minutes for everybody else to get there, and if they're not there in 5 minutes, the guy's going to go and they're going to assault the Lights Hope Chapel, right?
Yep.
However, it is the same in that you can sit back and do absolutely nothing. I sat back the entire time. I attacked nothing. I was getting XP points, not a lot, but I was getting stuff. And I'm going to say that, one of the reasons why we would allow skipping is that groups are not Iron Man.
Yeah.
And sitting back to be carried is not Iron Man. We pick and choose our fights. However, when we, go in there and we know that we will be that person in the group that's going to be sitting back and be like, okay, chums, have at it. No one else died. I think everybody that, there was 3 people that left and still nobody died. So it's the lesser of two evils, I guess, where groups just don't feel like it's an Iron Man thing. And we also have to consider the Pacifist challenge as well, where if they're in there, I mean, I have not checked, but I have to assume, and I'll check it next time I go through it, is that even sitting back, because I'm getting points, I'm sure I'm going to get kills. So
yeah,
and we don't want to put up a wall. There's another thing is that I also don't see an achievement to track. However, the scenario was cut short because they didn't have the end scene there, and I don't think they wanted to put the end scene to spoil stuff, even though when you're done it, you go out and you find out stuff, and you're like, well, it still spoiled it, So anyways, so I have to assume there's going to be an achievement like Welcome to Draenor. But overall, I think we will make the exception for account-wide skipping to be allowed only for this. It just feels like the lesser of the two evils, and I mean, like, we don't want to put up a wall to say, well, you have to do this and tell others that they can't. We want more people to go in and be able to do stuff. So,
yeah, okay.
Things are getting complicated.
Things are getting very, very complex.
Yeah.
Okay, artifact weapon.
Okay, so as it is right now, we're not going to allow it, but allowed to do the quest and the upgrade. From what I saw, I did not do the artifact or the class order hall stuff, and I actually leaped off of the Ren and I swam over to Azuna, and I basically got 5 quests, and that doesn't feel like a lot. That feels like you're not going to get a lot of quests to actually level up. So if we basically, what would happen is that if we said you're not allowed to do that quest, then basically you won't be able to do any of the quests in Legion unless they change it, which would be awesome, because I mean we want to make this hard, but not something that that you can't do, right? So basically, if we were to not allow it, you would basically turn the Iron Man into a bloodthirsty plus treasure seeker challenge, and that's not what Iron Man is at all.
Okay.
So I'm actually not sure if the artifact weapon is viable because of mob scaling. I would assume it's going to be a great help. I was in my regular gear. It was 680, eye level 680 without the artifact weapon, and on my hunter I went lone wolf, but just to see how it was, and I was getting to half health, so I really had to pick my fights. But then again, I'm in green and higher gear, so we just need to make sure that we're not going to... we are not shying away from difficulty at all, because we want things to be hard, but we don't want it to be impossible, right? So the plan is we will go in September, October, and have it not allowed, but we'll keep an eye on things. If we see that, you cannot kill anything, it's like you just can't, then we'll make a change. And it's easier to say now you can't do it, and in the future say okay it's fine, versus the opposite. Like if we were to go now and say yes you can, and then we find it's super duper easy, it's harder to say okay now we're gonna have to grandfather everyone that got created characters now, and those guys are allowed to do it, and it's just no. It's way better to be able to say no now and then yes after if we need to. So like I mentioned, I am going to take my hunter, buy white gear, and get my artifact bow and see how things go. And I'll be streaming that just to see how it is.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Alrighty.
So, hold on. So is that the news that you wanted to hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whether we can have the artifact weapon or not. Because I know in 2 episodes ago you were debating it. That's if you get to 100,
This is
that's
true.
the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to get there first.
Yep.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
We will have to see how it plays. It's exciting, all these new things that's coming in, but
Yes,
what's going to happen, what we can do with the challenges is...
This is a nightmare for me, okay?
I know, which makes me smile. Ah, good on you, Stone.
Oh,
Awesome.
you're funny.
I don't think I'll get to 100 by September anyway, so I'll be awaiting the news.
Okay.
That's exactly right. All right, so let's go on to site maintenance. What have we got?
Okay, I made a post the other day because Warcraft announced that the PvP season was going to be ending July 19th. So the assumption is that patch 7.0 releases on that day. That's from what I understand. I don't know if there's like a week where they say, okay, the PvP season's over, and then next week they have a patch. But in the past, I thought what they've done is that if they're doing a major patch, they say that the season's over at the patch day. Yep. I could be wrong. However, we're just going to assume that July 19th, as we've been saying for a while, is still the correct date. If it's not, it's very likely then the 26th, which will just bump everything up by a week, so it's no big deal. But basically what I'm planning to do is the site will be actually online, but I will disallow people from adding characters, and there will be no characters being able to refresh. So with about 8 hours prior to the maintenance start, that's when I will basically take the tool down to add new tunes and to actually I might just take down the whole site. It might be just easier like that. I may just take things down, just put up a thing saying we're working on it. So basically sometime in the evening of Monday, July the 18th, I will know the exact time as soon as Blizzard announces when it's going to go down. And I will be doing a final sweep of all characters during that time while I know WoW is actually online, so that I know that the information being sent to me is actually good. So this will be considered the end of Warlords play. As when the system comes back up, 7.0 will be live with all the new stuff that we can get, except for the artifact weapon, because that's in the new stuff.
Yep.
Max level will still be level 100 until Legion goes live on August the 30th. So one of the things I want to say is that as of July 18th, what level you are there is going to be considered your Warlord's level. Okay, so as we go forward and you see somebody is level 102, okay, and if they hit max before July 18th, it's going to have a bracket 100 in it, okay? So it's going to have two numbers side by side. I did mention it on one of my other shows that if you notice, it will be there every once in a while, but as of the 18th, you will see it for sure. No, as of the 30th, you'll see it for sure. Oh, no. On the 18th, you'll see it because, if on the 18th, you're like level 40, and then on the 20th, you hit level 65, it's going to show 65 bracket 40 and bracket. So just so people see, this is how far you made it with the old stuff, and anything new is the new stuff. I like to see that kind of stuff myself. I don't know. So that's that. If you have any questions about it, you can let me know.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
One thing I didn't actually say here is that I kind of expect the site to be down for probably till Thursday of that week, because I need to go play it a little bit and look at the data on my own tunes to see what it looks like, and test out some things when it's live, because as I've said on other shows, is that the crappy thing about beta and all that stuff is that we don't get to see the API changes and that drive our website, so we're kind of in the dark until it goes live about how it looks, because we don't want anything to blow up. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Exciting times, though.
Yes.
Exciting.
I think that's an ancient Chinese curse or something. May you live in exciting times. I've always, I don't know. Anyways, now I've probably offended everybody. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So let's do the state of the challenges for this week. Last week. Whichever. Alrighty, so irons, I get to read it. We've got Iron Man at 75. Iron, we lost 78. Awayan, 81. 67 at 82. Nandara at 83. Ingrius at 84. Discord Kitty at 86. Zaya Monk at 86. Dies horribly. We lost at 88. No.
I guess they died horribly. Sorry.
They did. I know. That's terrible.
I couldn't
And
resist.
sorry?
I could not resist.
Yeah.
Dies horribly,
And-
horribly. No?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh, alrighty. And our 18th Iron and our 3rd level Monk is Margie Monk at
Yep.
level 100. Woo!
That's the second one as well.
Yay.
Yes, that's his 2nd Iron. That's fantastic.
Big
Wow.
grats.
Okay.
Big grats.
So, Nixxos, can you take the next one, please?
Yeah, the Bloodthirsty. So we got Ash Mortal, 38. Soulfully, 39. Iron a Banana, 40. Blood Mooney, 44. Frenzier, 45. Baysana, 45. Bent Grinder, 49. Zep Hunter, 65. And Bloody Katang, 78.
No deaths.
No deaths.
No
That
deaths.
is
Yeah,
that
that's
is
good.
awesome. All right.
Think
And this week's Pacifist, we have got Floisa at 31, Huey Hamster, I love it, that's an awesome name, is 33, Peacenicker is 34, Elias Pacifist 38, Patuli 7 is 38. Inapt Iron is 46. Patuli 4 is 47. Feroline is 50. Serenella is 52. And Silent Herba is 54. Wow, that's awesome.
And again, no deaths.
Congratulations, everyone. It's an awesome way. Commiserations.
So we only had one death.
I know. That's
and we
amazing.
got another iron. So and we only have 18. I honestly thought we would have more, and I don't know. I think Legion is going to be about the same. It's just my opinion. I think
Yeah.
the Legion zones are going to be hard. So, anyways, I'll
We'll have
stop
to see
yapping.
how it goes. Yeah.
Squirrel.
I like the Iron Banana.
Iron Banana.
Iron Banana.
I like Huey Hamster, honestly. I was like, they were actually on the list last week, but they didn't make the cut. And I was like, oh, man, because it would have been funny to have the kids read that one. Huey Hamster. They would have laughed for sure. So,
Do you know the percentage success rate for
Pacifists?
Iron Man?
Uh,
Is it normally like 5% of people actually make it?
it's even less than that. We're at
I was gonna
19,400. We have 18. So 18 divided by 19. No, sorry. That's taking everybody. We're going to do it live right now. Oh, that's not good.
Doing it live.
I swear, sometimes.
Where's my calculator?
Okay. 18 divided by 18,367. And we are at 0.098%.
Wow.
Oh.
Yep. That's how hard it is. And if Legion makes that bump up a little bit, I still don't think it's going to be I don't think we're going to say like 10% even. I think, if we see a bump, we're going to be into the 1 and 2% because it's still going to be hard.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
With scaling.
That's amazing. And 18. 18. Grats, Maggie, again. That's 18 irons. That's amazing. Good job, guys. I'll get there 1 year, maybe.
As long as you don't stop flying low.
Yeah. It's always going to be a sore point, Stone. It always is. All right, how about we get on with our weeks in WoW? So, Nikos, what have you done? What have you been up to? Stop laughing at me, Stone.
Iron Man, I haven't touched them because I didn't want them to potentially die
Yes.
and then come onto the podcast and be all embarrassed and say that I have no Iron Toons. So I've left Tard the Hun in Arathi Highlands Inn for a bit of resting. But I have been playing Warcraft. I've been trying to do the Lore Master before Legion kicks off. I think I've got 4 zones left in Northrend, and that's it. I can't wait. And I've been selling all my stuff on all my alts. I've got like 11 max alts. Just sold all my stuff, cleared all my bags out. Feels really good and refreshing to do so.
Oh yeah.
Whether all my stuff sells or not, I don't know on the auction house. But yeah, I've been doing that and just generally taking a bit of time out from Warcraft in between playing Overwatch and streaming, and to try and keep me refreshed for when Legion launches. That's the idea.
Overwatch is awesome. I
It
love Overwatch.
is good.
Have you got I'm just going to deviate for a moment. With Legion coming, have you got a plan as to what you want to do with your toons? Like, obviously, you've got your main toon, and you're going to just run that all the way through to 110, or are you going to mix it up with some of the alts?
So initially, when it comes out on the 30th, I got my main Nixxos, my Troll Hunter, that I'm going to do the artifact quest and try and get to 110 as quickly as possible. And then I'll revert back to my Iron Man toon, and I'll do my usual schedule of 2 or 3 levels a week, depending on what happens in the episode. I plan to level more, but certain things happen, and I run away scared. Certain dwarves, but yeah, I'll try and do the episodes every week, and it's been the backbone of my channel, and I want to keep it going.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Okay. Well, Stone, what have you been up to this
This
week?
is going to be really short. No irons.
That's what she said.
Wow.
Yes, I got one in there. Thank you.
Wow. Dang, I'm gonna have to tell Carrie. Man, I don't even know where to go from there. You totally just threw me right off. I'm just like, damn, she got me. My mind is like, what's going on? Wow. Okay, so I haven't done any irons, nothing this week. It's been, because of all the good and the bad, I've decided to keep away, because generally when things are like that, I don't focus very well and my toons die. And I definitely don't want to flag another Death Knight again. I think I did a little bit of beta testing, though, during this scenario, and I'm going to do some more. One thing I did want to make a mention of is that, I'm still looking for a BlizzCon ticket, and I just wanted to highlight a person that did something that, generally you don't, it's not there as much. Slip of the tongue. Oh man. Leeta, that's what she said.
No, it's what Mark's saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely heard what he was saying, and I was like, "Ooh, don't say anything." Okay, so I am looking for a BlizzCon ticket, and I'm using the lfblizzcon.com site as well as other means and all that stuff, and I'm really trying to find one more ticket for a friend of mine that's going to go. We just kind of want to get it locked in now, because the deadline for it is July 15th. After that, you cannot transfer tickets to anybody unless you as a ticket owner are there in person to show your proof and proof of who you are, that you say you are. So one person, he goes by the name of Sion. He posted that he had 2 tickets, and I had reached out to him and said, I wouldn't mind to buy to buy them. If I'm ready to go, like right now, if you want, and he was going to sell them at face value, and he did first come first serve, and so I didn't get the tickets from him. But what kind of popped out at me is that he actually responded to say, I actually chose somebody else. I'm sorry, but I wanted to let you know. Because usually you sit there and send a thing saying, hey, I wouldn't mind to buy it, and then nobody responds. You don't know, right? And you could be waiting a week, right?
Yeah.
So I just think that common kind of courtesy is sometimes lost in this world, where it was just such a simple thing. But he actually told me that he had 100 people send him tells over the course of 12 hours. And he said that he responded to every one of them.
Aww.
And I was
awesome.
like, I gotta highlight that. So I've actually added him on Twitter and all that stuff, and I'm gonna add him as a battle tag friend, just because that kind of stuff. I mean, you don't get that a lot, and
Yeah.
we need more folks like that. So
Yeah.
that was my week.
That's
Besides the
before
other
you
stuff
go-
that we won't talk about. So
Yeah. Okay. Just a quick question with the beta testing.
yes.
So when you go in and obviously make a character that you're going to set up as Iron,
Yep.
so you can do that. You can make sure it's got the white gear.
Yeah, you can go
And
buy the white
no-
goof. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't do beta testing, so I have got absolutely no clue about what it is. But normally when you would copy a character over, you get the full range of purples, blues.
You get greens,
Okay, you get
Yeah.
greens, right?
and right now you get eye level 680 gear.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you can strip that back and say, no, I just want
I just
to
want
have
my whites, and I'm just gonna go to the vendor and buy white gear, and
Yeah.
because I think you start off with 3,000 gold or 5,000 gold or something really high like that. Oh yeah, yeah, because they want you to test, right? Like they
Yeah.
don't want you to be held back by gold. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I just get the weapon and see how it goes. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Okay.
be
All
interesting.
right. No, that's interesting. As I said, I've never done it, so I was just curious as to how you would go about it. But that's cool. I look forward to hearing what you have to say for next week. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm going to test. I'm going to try to test when the kids aren't up, but since they're not in school right now because of the break, my days are pretty hectic, and so by the time they go to bed, I'm wiped out, and it's time for me to go to bed.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
fair enough.
We'll try and
School holidays, man.
Yeah.
3 kids as well.
Oh my goodness. I just, we should get them in school all year round.
You can have Christmas Day off.
Yes. Sure.
Oh, you guys are so funny. Oh. Alrighty.
So what have you been up to, Leeta?
I have done so much this week. It's been crazy, crazy, crazy. With my challenge tunes, not much.
Oh.
Okay, so the only thing I've done is I wanted to use up my blossoms. So last week I said I got my iron up through. She hit 60. Woo!
Awesome.
So I've now got my highest iron as well as my highest level alliance tune, like with doing iron. So I was really excited about that. So she's level 60. I'd been going around doing the fires, and I went over and I got my white bow from Blade's Edge. Had enough gold that I could get flying, so was able to, I could fly through Outlands, which was good. Flew low, not too low, and didn't fly too high. But I made it all the way through the portal. I got to Honors Hold, went from Honors Hold to Shattrath, from Shattrath into Nagrand, because I had this overwhelming need that when I looked at Wowhead, I was like, oh, there's a vendor at Nagrand. And so I took off to Nagrand and was like, wait, they're orange. That's right. You've got to do the lead up quests to make them talk to you. So I turned around. So I got a flight path because the flight path was green. So that was cool. And then I took off through Zangarmarsh and up to Blade's Edge, where I finally was able to get the bow. So that was cool. Made a lot of difference. I tell you what, from having the gray level 52 bow that I picked up in Winter Spring to buying the level 60 white bow, this was something like 13 damage difference. Like, it's huge. It makes such a difference. I was like, oh my God, I've got a new bow. It's so smexy. So that was exciting. I picked up some of the blossoms along the way. I did desecrate some. I was very, very, very careful when I did the desecrating and made sure I hopped straight onto a flight path so I could get that debuff off me. But other than that, I was like, no, I wasn't going to chance it. So I went back to Blasterlands. Like I said, was getting really, really cruddy kill XP and stuff, and I just thought, nah, stuff this, I'm going to Outlands. So she's over in Outlands. I started doing that, but with the blossoms, I thought I had like 200 and I can't remember, maybe about 250 that I'd picked up, and I kind of was like, okay, it's not enough for a pet. I don't need the pets or the toys, but I thought if I had, you know, if I got 350, but I didn't want to push it with doing the desecrating through Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms, as well as through Outlands, I don't think even if I'd done the desecrating that I would have had enough. Okay. So I just went and used the blossoms, and I bought the shoulders and the dress. So I just bought the some of the clothing, which was enough. Whichever it was, I thought, well, at least I've got something, and that's fine. It's a bit of a bummer I didn't have enough for the pet, because the pet would have would have been way better. Especially I could have sold that for a lot of gold later on. But anyway. I did do some fires on my normal Toons, so I'm quite happy, and I did get a pet. So, yay, I will bank that for later, that's for certain. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I did look at my Bloodthirsty, but again, I looked at it and went, yeah, no, I'm too tired to play her, and I just was like, no. So that's all I done with the challenge Toons this week. So I think we've both had a very lesser week with that. And I don't know, things are just gearing up. I've done lots of other stuff, but it's like there's too much. I'm trying to fit all this stuff into getting done before the, pre-patch hits, and it's like I'm still not prepared. So
I think I would have been playing more if I didn't flag myself on my night. That one still hurts me.
Yeah,
because it was my own fault.
I don't blame you. That was
the vendor, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it was a flying trainer and stupid clicking, thinking it was the vendor.
And I mean, that's something that's easy enough done. Anyone could do that. It's it's a simple thing that just happened.
There's a tip for that. What I do is always pick on the quest the red item.
I try to do that, but for some of the Death Knight stuff, it's just the only thing there, right? And it's stuff geared for you, so you don't have the option. It was literally blue gear that I know I can't wear, so I'm like, and it was the last request that I had, and I didn't sell it before I logged out. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna log in and sell it, and then I was stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
That's oh well.
I try
live
to
and
tell my
learn.
kids
Live and
not
learn.
to say that, but I was stupid.
Yeah. Yes, it was, Stone. It definitely was. I shall agree. All right. How about we go on to Chit Chat? This is where people can ask us anything, questions about the challenges, share your tips and tricks, or warn people about potential disastrous areas, quests, etc., etc. Okay, first one. Nikos, can you take the first one, please?
So at Chris_Costa says, do I need to force updates for my character, or will the site update automatically?
So basically, you can click it if you want, but you will get an update once every 24 hours, guaranteed. You'll very likely get one more than that, though. I have it set to pick characters out, and it could be at random, and it will update those ones. So, but for sure, everything gets done once a day. If you want to see how you are and you don't think it's been done, then you can just click on the button and it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next one we've got is another Twitter, which is at DragonRage_UK. Hello, I'm thinking of starting a run, but won't have it done for months, meaning Legion will be out. Will this affect me? So basically, for example, I'm level 46 and Legion drops. Is my character still valid? Then I can just continue, ? Follow-up is, okay, so if I made it to 110 in Legion, I'd still be put on the Victor page.
Yes, your character is still valid. You can just carry on, and if you make it to 110, you will be up in there with everybody else. The only difference is that the level that you are on July 18th is, we're going to have that in brackets, and basically Marg said it right, where it's no spec, and then your current level is having a spec. That's really the big difference, because that's such a big change, because having a spec was such a huge thing, right? Not having a spec is such a huge thing that, we wanted to see what the levels were to, find out how far people actually got before getting up to max. So if you go look at the chat right now, it would say, if you hit max, it would say 110 bracket 46 and bracket. And Mark is correct. That's how it would look. So yeah, you'd be up there too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. And just some chat room stuff. So Mark does say he sold his pet for 18k. Yeah, nice. That's good. Just imagine that will go up as the months go. That's all I'm saying. And AH Sean says, stay away from the Tomb of Lights. So that's always a good one, yes. So most definitely. Anything else that we need to bring in, Stone? I think we've covered everything.
I think so. Nixxos, do you have anything you want to add?
No, not I think of. No.
All right.
Excellent. All right.
So now this is where we wrap up, and Leeta was trying to prompt me. She was giving it over to me to wrap it up. Because I'm a goober, sometimes I don't pick up on these things. So this is where we wrap up the show. The next show will be Saturday, July the 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And that is Sunday, July the 17th for 9 a.m. for Leeta, which is Australian Eastern Time, and 1 a.m. for you, Nixxos? No, 12 a.m.
Yeah, midnight.
12 a.m., right. And that's also 1 a.m. Central European Time. That's right, because you're... Yeah. BST right now? Is it BST? British Summer Time? Or British Standard Time? Right? Something like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yay, time zones.
I don't know, I just look at my phone.
Yes, exactly.
That's the way to do it. That's awesome. Alrighty. So thank you, Nixxos, for coming and joining us today. Can you please ever tell blah, blah, blah? I can't get my words.
Yes! I'm not the only
My
goober.
mouth is not working.
That's what.
I need more coffee. That must be it. Sorry. Can you please tell everyone where they can find you and get in contact with you, please?
Not a problem. I've enjoyed it. So you can find me on Twitter at Nixxos Chronicle with no S because I ran out of characters. Thank you, Twitter. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Nixxos Chronicles, and my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Nixxos Chronicles. You can find me on there. If you want to play Warcraft with me, I'm on the Moonglade Realm EU server.
Okay.
EU, alrighty. Not a problem, and we will have that information up on the website with this episode. So thank you very much. Now, where people can find us. So the WoW Challenges website is wowchallenges.com. You can contact the show by email, which is podcast@wowchallenges.com. And check out our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/wowchallenges. We also are on YouTube. Woo! We are youtube.com/wowchallenges1. That is the number 1 at the end. And don't forget, you can come catch us live every week at twitch.tv/wowchallenges. Stone is
giggles.
enjoying himself.
Because, I don't know, it's just... Anyways, so before you... Okay, I just want to say thank you to all of the Patreons that helped us out this month. Thank you very much. Again, it's not a requirement or anything like that, and we don't really offer a whole lot. You can get a t-shirt if you do enough or something. But, you know, every little bit helps, so thank you.
Appreciate it.
So you can find me on Twitter at WoWChal. As well as 2 podcasts, Adventures in Azeroth with Leeta and I, which we put out on Thursdays, and the Rykter Scale podcast, which we actually do live on Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, which we just talk about Blizzard stuff in our week, and we just mess around.
Nice.
It's fun.
All right.
What about you, Leeta? Where can we find you?
Well, where can you find me? I am on Twitter at Leeta. Wow, that's LEETAWOW. And don't forget, yes, I do some other shows as well. Behind the Avatar is my show that I do. I had AH Sean R on this week, so check that out. Episode 129. And we do Adventures in Azeroth, that's Stone and I, where we get to natter again, because we like to do that. And Geektopia, which is a geeky podcast that I do with Ben and Steve, normally about once a month, which is a lot of fun. So let's wrap up the show. So thank you always to Mark Conan. We love our intro and are very appreciative of him for doing that. To find Mark Conan, you can find him on Twitter at Mark Conan Wow. And he is also part of Torrent Think Tank with Jules. If you want to contact him, then get in touch. Other than that, Nikos, thank you so much for sitting down and having a chat. We really, really appreciate your time.
Not a problem. Anytime.
And good luck with your WoW challenge tunes.
Yeah, thank you.
I really hope I don't jinx you.
Hopefully I won't die.
Knocking on wood.
Knock on wood.
Yes.
There we go.
Whoa.
I knocked on.
I'll tweet you next week.
Nice.
Stone you. Anyway. All right. Yeah. All right. That's going to wrap it up. And we'll see you all next time. Okay. Bye.
Bye. The WoW Challenges podcast is a World of Warcraft gaming podcast produced by Stone and Leeta. Copyright 2016 WoWChallenges.com. Portions of this podcast belong entirely to Blizzard Entertainment. The music used for the show belongs to Kevin MacLeod, and you can find more of his great stuff at incomnitech.com. No copyright infringement is intended.
Yes, it worked okay. It took a little while to load it, but... You know?
Yeah.
But it wasn't super long like some other times where we're sitting there being like, what's going on, man?
Yeah. No, that's good. All right. Show titles. Chat room.
I forgot. Stay away
Alright.
from syphilis.
Dude, when I heard you say that, I was like, oh, I want to say something. Stop.
Syphilis.
Silithus.
I can never say it.
Silithus.
Silly,
Yeah, I would have a problem.
Silly fist.
Silly.
Silly fist. Watch where you put your silly fist.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure which one's worse. That's awesome. Oh. All right. Well, whatever you want to go with, I suppose, is we've got 2. What else? There was something else that you said earlier. Stone said something, and I thought, ooh.
I wrote one down.
didn't-
I said, "Don't make me run again."
That would be a good one. It's your call.
I don't know.
You're cool.
All 3 of them are really good.
Don't make me.
Don't make me run across the pond and stay away from syphilis. No, it's too long.
But don't make me run again, because
Alright.
All
I
right.
want the Mountain Legion.
Yeah. Okay, don't make me run again. All right. Got it. There we go. So thank you again. We really do appreciate you coming, having the time to sit down with us. And good luck on your channel, definitely, and as well as doing the challenge runs. We're very excited for you.
Yeah,
26 is good.
Thanks for running it and giving me something to run my channel off. Because obviously everyone's got raid videos, how to do this achievement videos, gold farming and stuff like that. And this obviously gives me a good backbone to my channel.
Yeah.
And if I die, I'll get another toon up to that level and carry on.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll never stop.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
That's exciting.
Enjoy it.
So do you think you'll just continue on with the hunter?
If I die,
Yeah.
or
Or do you feel
No.
like you want to try
I see. I'm thinking.
other
it's like,
tunes?
no.
I could do. Yeah, could try
Hmm.
Not Warrior. I do like my shaman. So
Okay.
My heart is always hunter.
Yeah.
I've always played hunter, whatever game it is. I try and pick the hunter. Like Diablo, I'm always a hunter. Overwatch, I'm Hanzo. So.
Oh. Oh man. Oh man. I had. Okay, so I finally got myself up to level 25, and so I could start doing like the hard stuff, right? And like the season 1 stuff. And it's funny, the first 2 matches we lost, but the group was actually really good, and we barely lost. And I kind of don't like that when you get put in, unless you're already part of the group, you lose the group that you were with, right? So
Yeah.
the 3rd match we actually won, but the people that were in it were just so toxic. I actually blocked everyone. We were down.
Wow.
We were down 2-0, and we came back to win 3 in a row. And even then, in chat, there was some folks being like, "Oh, man, we suck," and I'm like, okay, yes, we want to win because it's supposed to be, the goal is to win. It's not just screwing around. I completely understand, but oh my god, we won. Be quiet, be happy, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, man.
There's a lot like that. I mean, I went as Junkrat, and then someone else went as Junkrat, and someone said I need a healer, so I went as Zenyatta because I'm not very good with Mercy.
Okay.
And they said, "Oh, that's not a healer." It's like, yeah, he is. And I ended up getting the most kills, the most objective kills, and the most healing, and we won. And I said,
Wow,
next time,
nice.
talk to someone else, not me.
Yep. Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
They gave me grief about picking Sinatra or Symmetra.
Yeah.
But I can give buffs, and I put up like the little turrets and stuff like that, and we actually won that match. Like I'm not super duper with her. I'm definitely more a soldier 76 guy, but there was somebody that already picked that guy, and I'm like,
yeah.
like fine,
Junk rat.
it's like, okay, I won't pick the same guy.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not comfortable on anyone else, well, I'll pick her because I kind of know her ish. So.
Well, her teleport is so important.
Yeah.
In competitive play.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. I eventually for the third match that we won, I was on her, and then the fourth and fifth, just because the audio stuff was just so bad, I muted everyone out, and I just picked this whole 76. So we had two of us, and I actually did a lot better, and we actually won the next two, not just by a little bit. Like, we actually won it. Like, it wasn't just a little bit, So, I kind of understand. You don't want to have two of the same guy, but in some cases it might be okay.
Yeah, two Pharaohs are really strong.
Oh my goodness. There was one group I was in. Everybody was picking Genji.
Yeah.
And I didn't, and they're like, you suck. I'm like, I hate him. I don't know how to play him at all, man. So, I think I've got 5 minutes played on him or something like that, because it was the weekly brawl where it was Genji versus Hanzo, right? And so those were the only two that you could play, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Hanamura.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop, and we're gonna get going. I gotta turn off the light to let Carrie know that I'm clear, because she's out and about with the kids. So I have the light on when we're on. Lights off. It's okay to come in and make noise.
Light on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have the clapper or the clap either. So thankfully.
Don't go to syphilis.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's
all right.
true.
Thanks for watching. Let's see you guys next time.
Thanks, chat room.